Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, Coinbase is moving to shut down its Political Action Committee, or the PAC, without ever raising a cent. The San Francisco-based crypto exchange filed a termination report for its PAC on the 3rd of April, according to publicly available documents on the Federal Election Commission's website, or the FEC. The move means that the exchange wants to shut down its PAC, though it was not immediately clear if the committee had actually been shut down. A Coinbase spokesperson confirmed that the exchange had filed to shut down its PAC, but could not say if the FEC had granted the request yet. PACs are typically formed to raise funds on behalf of specific candidates for a public office on businesses and ideological interests. However, the Coinbase PAC did not raise any funds, nor did it back any candidates during its 10-month lifespan public filing show. The exchange launched its PAC in 2018, and it was run by former Chief Policy Officer Mike Lempres, who left the exchange last year to join venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. Brian Brooks, who joined Coinbase as Chief Legal Officer in September, was the likely candidate to have taken over the PAC following Lempres's departure. So there have been other times, and I've decided kind of not to put them into the video, but I think I'll start putting them in more and more so everyone else can kind of get a gauge of exactly what's happening as well. Coinbase has been doing a lot of stuff like this. Coinbase has been shutting down a lot of portions of themselves and firing people. They've been having a lot of leavatures isn't a word, but people have been leaving the company kind of left and right. It's been happening in the last, I want to say 2, 3, 4 months. It's slowly starting to pick up. Like I said before, I didn't have them in the videos because it was like, oh, okay, well, Coinbase is shutting down a portion of itself. That's fine, whatever the case might be. But now it's kind of continuing and even piling on top of what we just spoke about here. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase is shutting down the Chicago office it opened a year ago, eliminating 30 engineering jobs. The San Francisco-based startup's Chicago division, known as Coinbase Markets, was dedicated to creating sophisticated electronic market technologies such as matching engines and high-frequency trading for cryptocurrency. Coinbase said a year on and made the difficult decision to consolidate the matching engine work being done in Chicago, with similar work being done by its team in San Francisco. A Coinbase spokesperson told CoinDesk, they said, and I do quote, "To become the Google of crypto." What? Okay. "We have to be comfortable making big..." They think they're going to be the Google of crypto? We have to be comfortable making big bets. Some of them will be audacious, and some of them won't work out. And quote, "Indeed, Coinbase Markets," they think they're going to be Google. "Indeed, Coinbase Markets, open to some fanfare." A blog post by the company at the time stated that the Chicago office would provide access to a large talent pool of engineers with deep exchange infrastructure experience and enable us to continue offering the most performant and reliable cryptocurrency exchange. So this is just the second thing that we have this week that's been shut down by Coinbase. Like I said, I'm going to start adding these more in. I don't know where this is going to go. For those who were here in, I mean, if you were here in 2016, 2016, 2017, Coinbase was it. Like, Coinbase was the name of the game. Like, Coinbase was kind of like Mt. Gox 2.0, like, not meaning like a disaster, but more so like in 2012, 2013, like Mt. Gox was kind of the only place around that time frame to go to if you wanted to buy cryptocurrencies, and then Coinbase came out, and Coinbase kind of became the name. I personally think that they overshot themselves. I think they still think that they're more popular than they actually are. This is why I find Binance's foray into the cryptocurrency space very interesting, because Binance doesn't try as hard as Coinbase, and I mean as far as like Google, they think they're going to be Google. I feel like Coinbase does too much too little. Like, remember last year, there was, for those who were here, Coinbase had it was like a 12 days of Coinbase was supposed to be 12 days of Christmas, and everything that they announced was just horrible. Like, it was like, we're donating $5 to this charity. Like, everything was really, really bad. And I feel like whoever is, I don't know these people at all, whoever's running the company, whoever's their not manager, whoever does like their public relations, like, it's always very, very not good. They keep announcing and listing things that people really don't care about. Remember when they were listing, they listed, I think, like 15 ERC20 tokens before any of the other coins that people had been asking for years. Just a very, I mean, we'll see exactly how far this goes. I assume Coinbase is not strapped for cash, but with all the closings and stuff like that, and more people migrating over to Binance, especially a lot of people saying that they're only going to use Binance once Binance has like complete fiat support. This is what I think is holding Coinbase up at the moment, is that Binance hasn't officially found a way outside of that. I think there's Binance Jersey, which I think allows for people in Europe to like trade fiat for cryptocurrencies. But to be fair, Kraken also does this. And yeah, like if we get like a worldwide thing with Binance, like they already plan on opening up 10 other exchanges around the world in different countries and different continents. So by the time the end of the year comes around, I don't think Coinbase is ever going to leave per se. I think they'll always be around. I think that they think that they are going to be around for a very long time, and I could see them definitely being around in the cryptocurrency space. But I have believed for quite a long amount of time that the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and probably Binance are going to be the juggernauts in the cryptocurrency space, at least for the next 2 or 3 years. There's always, you know, a new contender who enters the ring, and I think they, you know, may take 4th place, whatever the case might be. Anyway, yeah, that's the Coinbase news for the day. So a lot of people are, it's really weird. A lot of people, I guess I'll tell everybody what's going on. A lot of people are getting into like more comparisons of Bitcoin and gold and stuff like that. And one of the things that's been going around for like quite a long amount of time, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you've realized, if you've been here for longer than 6 months, you've heard the comparison, or rather you've heard people talking about that eventually Bitcoin will hit $1 million. And a lot of people are like, that's ridiculous. That can never happen. The idea comes from the fact, if you look at this photo right here, this is $1.6 billion worth of gold. And this is, you know, air quotes, how much space you would need to have $1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. It takes up no space. A lot of people have been saying for a long amount of time that gold is heavy, obviously. A lot of people have been trying ridiculously. And then, you know, when you let's say you are rich, you're insanely rich, and you're trying to get your money from one side of the world to the other. You're like, I need to transfer $1.6 billion over to this island. And you have to get a gigantic jumbo plane to put all of this gold on, which takes hours and hours. Or you could just have this simple thing right here. The idea is that eventually, in the future, and a lot of people believe that this is already starting to happen in small chunks, that people will start to realize, hey, this is too heavy. We can't really send it back and forth. I can't really transact with it. Like, I can't go, like, it's not as easy, or rather, it's impossible in most ways, for me to take a gold bar, walk into a store in America and try to chop off a chunk of it and pay for something, and then take a plane to Russia and go, can I pay for this in gold? And they go, no, you try and chop off another chunk of it, as opposed to just using digital currencies. The main point in what's been happening, and that we've been seeing more and more of this as the weeks have been going on, apparently a couple of months ago in Venezuela, and this has been happening across multiple countries as well, which I think is another astonishing use case, and the reason that more people are going to jump into cryptocurrencies. The leader of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, announced, or rather was trying to get his gold from the Bank of England. I'm pretty sure if you've been paying attention to the news, he was pretty much denied by U.S. officials who said that England could not give him the country's gold back. And this is why we've seen an uptick in the news about, it may just be speculation, but as far as like, yeah, this country's definitely dealing in crypto, because you may think it's rare that the U.S. is sanctioning people. There's sanctions for everything. And the fact that one country has the say over other countries is a little weird. It's a little unorthodox. The point being, this will not last for much longer, especially as more things become digital. And I think that leading countries around the world definitely know this. As far as, even if, like Andreas Antonopoulos said, he said, even if crypto were to vanish, like all the coins that we have right now, every single one of them, including Bitcoin, poof, dust, air, completely gone, we would still have people the next day who would create new cryptocurrencies, and new banks who would create new central bank digital currencies, and new countries who would create their own currencies and new stable coins and stuff like that. So eventually the idea is that this will be a thing of the past. We are entering a world where everything is digital, like everything. You're listening to me on a digital device. I'm talking to you through a digital system, computer, whatever you kind of want to call it. It's believed that eventually within the next couple of years, the next 5 to 10 years, cash will no longer be a thing in a huge portion of the world. And this will also come down to as well when people, it's two things. When people realize that gold isn't performing as well as Bitcoin, people will start selling off their golds and silvers and what have you to be able to buy up more cryptocurrency, which will then create the price of Bitcoin to go higher. And also just the idea that sovereign nations are, I'm pretty sure, they're tired of having to ask for permission to have access to their assets. It's kind of a weird thing. This happened a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, where Germany was trying to get their money back from the US, and Germany was told no. And Germany's not on any red list as far as I have come to believe. So even if a country like Germany is still getting, told no to get their assets back, that creates a huge problem. And this is kind of the idea where we get that, $1 million Bitcoin. A lot of people are very confused when I say $1 million Bitcoin. They're like, that's not going to ever happen. Like, there's not enough people in the world. And it's like, no, there are. It's just the really rich people who are going to realize that, if you want access to your, $3 billion, as opposed to having to go to your, to your bank in Switzerland and taking out physical gold bars, you just need this little device right here. Kind of interesting. This one's kind of, I can't fathom how this would even begin to work out. But anyway, the creator of EOS, Block1.com, is exploring the future of private key management. In a new post on Medium, the company highlights the weaknesses of traditional passwords and looks at a new solution offered by blockchain technology. And they think that we could potentially have a passwordless future. Like I said, I don't know how that's going to work. I know that the people from EOS were mentioning before that they were trying to have like a digital identity platform on their cryptocurrency blockchain, whatever you kind of want to call it. This has to do with like their universal basic income and all this other stuff. Like, none of this has been announced yet, but it is believed, speculation time, that in June the EOS team is having like a conference or something like that, and they've been hinting that they have very big announcements that they've been working on for about a year. So people are assuming that these things will be announced. I assume that maybe the passwordless future thing will kind of be one of them. Like I said, not sure how that's going to work out, but we're in the future, so sky's the limit at this point. And also, says crypto sleuths, or people who are very good at searching stuff on Twitter, say that the crypto debit card company known as Wirex is playing a role in powering the Stellar network. The company appears to be running 3 Stellar validators, with the first appearing in late March. I guess here are the validators that I can't tell the colors. Anyway, there's always speculation happening behind the scenes. I would assume that based off of the information that we have from IBM, using the Lumens token and or Stellar network, depending on how you read the articles that are coming out, that other people have become very interested in actually using Stellar themselves. So once again, speculate. I mean, we live off of and feed off of speculation in the cryptocurrency space. It's still kind of interesting to see exactly what's going to end up happening. It's just for me, what's really interesting is that we get so much speculation in crypto. I kind of just want something to be concrete, and I mean that as far as like, I know and you know that there's tons of good news like actually out there. Like, if in 2018, when the market was expected to have shot back up, we were receiving an enormous amount of good news. There were like weeks and weeks. Everything was confirmations. It was really good news, so and so, but the prices kept on going down. So I think everyone's like holding back their news until maybe we get something. I think everyone's waiting for a bull run to kind of release all their good news, but there's just so much speculation about who's using this, and people finding stuff on websites, and this is connected to this, and this person is doing this, and we find that this person invested 50 million in this, and it's kind of like, I want all the good news, but I think we won't get the good stuff until we have like a proper bull run. Next up, Samsung is in the news. South Korean technology giant Samsung has invested 2.6 million euros, around 2.9 million US dollars, into crypto hardware startup known as Ledger. The investment gives the startup a valuation of roughly $290 million. French business magazine Capital reported on Wednesday. A spokesperson for Ledger confirmed that Samsung backed the startup, but could not confirm further details. A Samsung representative did not respond to a request for comment by press time. The news, coinciding with Ledger promoting Pascal Gauthier to CEO, follows previous funding rounds by the company, including a $7 million Series A fund round in 2017 and $75 million in 2018. It is unclear whether Samsung investment is part of a larger funding round. Without reading too much further, it's news like this that makes me really happy, and rather I like hearing that major companies are actively investing in the cryptocurrency space. It was all very hush-hush in 2017. Like, a lot of the news that we ended up getting was like, oh yeah, we're thinking about potentially maybe one day talking to the people who maybe created this coin. It was always very like no one could say anything, but now we're finally getting confirmation that all these like major name brands are getting into crypto wallets, what have you, what's going on. And I don't know, it's kind of cool to me because it shows a trust in the space. And also you have to realize on the other side of it as well, it's not just a major company, you know, giving money to another company. It's more like other companies will see that large companies are backing crypto projects, and other people will also start to jump in as well to try and make sure that they also get in on it, because logically one would assume, I assume Samsung is a multi-billion-dollar company. If they're getting into the cryptocurrency space, why are they getting into the cryptocurrency space? Clearly they're doing it to make tons of money. Therefore, me and my company also want to invest, and it kind of causes this this snowball effect for the crypto market. And to kind of finish things off, South Korean electronics giant Samsung, once again, is developing its own blockchain network and eyeing the issuance of its own token further down the road. An exclusive CoinDesk Korea reported on Tuesday, citing a person familiar with Samsung's internal situation, said that the company's blockchain task force, part of its wireless division, is building a blockchain mainnet based on Ethereum. The work, however, is still in the internal experimental stage. There we go. The source said, currently, we are thinking of private blockchain, though it is not yet confirmed. It could also be public blockchains in the future, but I think it will be hybrid. That is, a combination of public and private blockchains. When the development of the blockchain is completed, Samsung may also move to launch a Samsung Coin token. According to the report, the person said, the market expects Samsung Coin to come out, but the direction has not yet been decided. One, kind of cool that they're building on Ethereum. Two, I don't think another company launching another coin is a good idea. I think it's a horrible mistake. However, the only way that I think this would make sense is if it is a security and it is reflected on their earnings, i.e., it's almost like a digitized stock that people would be able to own, and you would be able to reap the benefits of how well that Samsung does. If Samsung is just releasing their own coin for you to be able to pay for stuff with on their website, or to go into a shop to buy a phone and use the Samsung coin, that is not going to work out. I was reading something earlier, and it was really funny because they were discussing this this new age where everyone has a crypto coin. Every website has this, and every so-and-so has that, and wherever you go to and you go into a store, they also have their own coin, and every supermarket has their own coin. That's going to be horrible, because you think it's difficult to pay for things now. It's going to be even worse where everywhere that you go into has a different currency, or has their own coin, has their own reward points, or you're paid out in, you know how like certain websites would be like, if you buy this, you'll get $15 off. Like, imagine being paid that $15 in Samsung coin, and then you have to figure out a way to get rid of Samsung coin because you don't just want to buy stuff on Samsung's website. So if they're going to make a coin, if you are from Samsung and you are listening, please make it a security in some way tied to the performance of Samsung. I think that could sell extremely well. I would not mind investing in a cryptocurrency from Samsung that was based off of their actual earnings and profits and how well that they did and how much they sold. It's like a digitized stock, like I just said. But I'm not in the mood for another cryptocurrency coin created by a major company, and because it's all going to come to a head at some point. Like, you cannot have this many coins. This is why, once again, you get so many people talking about this is exactly for those of you who are confused or don't understand why sometimes you hear people talking about why Bitcoin is probably going to be the only one. I don't believe in it. I personally do not believe in a future where Bitcoin will be the only coin. I think Bitcoin will be dominant. However, the idea of people talking about why Bitcoin will take over, it's kind of because of this. Like, every company does not need their own token, so the confusion will cause people to simply sell off their other cryptos once again to kind of push more money into Bitcoin. Anyway, that's the idea. At the moment, market's doing not too bad. It could be doing worse. Bitcoin was at, I think, 55.20 like a day and some change ago. The market, well, Bitcoin fell down by not even a full percent. And a day or two ago, the rest of the market kind of completely tumbled. I think the news was that XRP dropped below 30 cents. I think Ethereum was trying to push for $200. It did not end up happening. People were calling for like a $450 Ethereum. Could happen within the next couple of days or weeks. Nobody knows, but it did not happen. Litecoin was also pushing towards 100. That was stopped by the not even fall of Bitcoin. It was like a Bitcoin tripped over a rock and the rest of the market completely lost its mind. At the moment, things aren't looking that bad. Everything is trending sideways because head honcho here is also trending sideways. A lot of people are saying that apparently we needed to get over 5,600. That apparently did not take place, obviously. And that from 5,600, the main number that we're looking for is 6,000. Depending on where you read or where you look, a lot of people think that this may have just been a test to see exactly how low they could get the price to go. As in, you know, you sell off as much as possible to kind of test where the bottom is. And then when people refuse to sell anymore, the price will kind of find its way back up. So this is what a lot of people think could be potentially taking place or did take place a day and some change ago. Yeah, like I said, nothing's doing too bad, too crazy. Nothing is, Bitcoin Gold for some reason is up. Eternal token is also up with this $1.5 million volume. But yeah, that is definitely going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. I do appreciate every single ounce of your support. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are Professor Wally from Gunbot University, SC Verzely Fine Art, Brady Niels, L. Doug, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, Shaolin Fried Rice, Gil Boa Snake, Crypto Joe, Carl Birchenoff, singer-songwriter Mike Savitz, Rai Rai, Yasha Harari, Amy Starsheen, Jeffrey Ramsey, Crip Notic, crypto artist Cole D3D, Nicholas Wonder with One Piece One Love, Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich the Third, RF Dusty, Cody, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Minting Coins, Arthur Yaku, Nick Mangialavori, and Anthony Charles. Thank you all an incredible amount for your generosity. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.